Well, it's the new year and time for those New Year's resolutions. So in addition to any weight loss goals you may have, this is the perfect opportunity to try to get in a little better financial shape. Joining us for some help with that, certified financial planner Karen Lee. She's the author of It's Just Money, So Why Does It Cause So Many Problems? And I guess everybody sets some financial goals at the beginning of the year.
A lot of people try to.
But why is it that we don't actually achieve them by the end of the year? What happens to us?
Well, I think it is similar to weight loss goals. I think we tend to set goals that are unachievable in the first place. And I don't think we make a game plan. And you got to have a game plan. How are you going to pull it off?
Right. Okay. First, the issue of unachievable, unattainable goals. What is a realistic goal?
Well, everybody's situation is different. That's actually point number 2, which we'll get to. Before we go there, the first thing I like to ask people is, could you ask yourself how and why you got in this situation in the first place?
Right.
Similar to if you were trying to lose weight, why do you overeat? Because you're going to have to change some behaviors. So that's the first thing. Ask yourself how and why. The second one is set an achievable goal.
Got it.
So do you want to get out of debt? Do you have $20,000 of credit card debt? What's the realistic number you can do every month?
All right. Now, any suggestions on how to deal with financial setbacks? Because sometimes you're going to set your goals and you're not going to achieve them, and then you're going to be depressed.
Well, if you think about my fourth point is to enlist the help of someone. So I think if you've got, it could be a financial advisor, could just be a trusted friend, but we'd like to see you have some accountability. And if every month you could sort of go over how you're doing. Then when you have a setback, again, like a diet, if you have one day where you just blow it at the buffet, the next day wake up and get back on the horse. So check in with that person and don't give up.
Okay. Now, the other thing that I've heard a lot of people say is when you're a couple, and you're working on your financial situation, a lot of times there's a person who takes the lead and there's a person who follows.
Right.
But the mistake some couples make is that only one person has all the financial information.
Right. And spending is typically a group effort.
Right.
So everybody needs to be involved. I'd like to recommend maybe a monthly sit down, even with the person who's in charge, just explaining this is how we're doing, this was what we were trying to accomplish, and get that other person engaged in the process.
And but what if that other person doesn't want to be engaged? And then
I think that's part of the problem, and I think that's where you have to ask them. You know, it's hard to share the burden of the finances all on your own. So I could use just an ear to listen to.
Right, for sure. Well, these are all great financial tips.
Right.
A lot of people don't always think of that stuff.
No, they don't.
You know? And thank you for coming in here and sharing with us, Karen.
I got 3 quick resolutions that everybody should do. The first thing is if you've got a 401k or a simple IRA at work, please contribute at a minimum up to the employer match. It's free money. Second thing is if you're already contributing, try to boost up 1%, even 2% more a year. It's going to make a huge difference over the long term. And the third thing for those who are blessed enough, hit that government maximum. They let you put $16,500 away every year free of tax. And if you're 50 anytime during the year, $22,000.
Thanks so much for that.
Good.
You bet. We'll be right back.